Hey, what's up? It's your boy. Checking in with you. See how your weekend's going. Mine's going pretty smooth. Came up here to a little spot on the Appalachian Trail in between Maryland and PA. It's a pretty cool spot. Try to get the heck away from people, Just funny. Just when you thought you had it made, you get swarmed by mosquitoes. I must be pretty sweet or something. They really like me. Anyway, that got me thinking. About Bill Gates, unfortunately. You remember when he invested in mosquitoes? Yeah, me too. It was pretty creepy. I thought I remember a report that he was releasing several million mosquitoes around the Florida Panhandle area. It's funny, we see all this news and man, it's difficult to know what to believe and what not to believe. I stopped watching the mainstream media a couple of years now, and sometimes I get the headlines, mostly on Facebook or Instagram, so I can kind of piece together what's going on or try to figure it out. But it's so much bullshit. It's difficult to really have a good grasp on whatever the deal is. This guy is pretty cool. Anyway, so that got me thinking, because there's so many distractions right now. And I fall victim to this all the time. It's like, I got a plan in my head. A little spider web here. So I'm gonna move him out of my way. Anyway, yeah, I fall victim to the distractions just as much as anyone else. What I was saying is, I make plans, pretty extravagant plans. And a lot of it is just in my head. And sometimes it doesn't come to fruition. I had a buddy I was going to spend some time with this weekend. He had some dirt bikes and some quads and stuff. He invited me to do some riding. I was all excited on Monday or Tuesday because my weeks are becoming so monotonous. Just week in and week out, very similar, which can be a little weird and frustrating. What the heck is this thing? Huh. I wonder. Who knows? Anyway, so what I realized when he canceled on me is that in my head I had this whole grand illusion about what we were going to do, and I was going to get my truck all ready and have some stuff in the truck and get my Bluetooth speaker geared up and good to go and charged, and get some food and maybe a change of clothes and this, that, and the other. A lot of planning started transpiring in my head, which I think is normal. We're so intelligent, we're able to think about a lot of different things at the same time, try to multitask and be super efficient so we can spend the little 2 days that we have away from our work environment doing something we actually enjoy, like I'm doing now. I guess this is enjoyable, being swarmed by mosquitoes. I was hoping to find a peaceful spot to sit down and just try to relax away from people and mosquitoes, but it looks like I gotta keep moving. Anyway, I'm a little winded. Sorry, I'm only a couple miles in too. It's very hilly, this section of the Appalachian Trail, right south of Maryland. You start headed to Harper's Ferry, I think is the next stop. Anyway, so this thing with thoughts, you know, I was chatting with my friend Lance today. He and I check up on each other from time to time and make sure we're good. And, you know, I had told him I was going to go riding. That plan flopped. And then I told him I was going to go camp out alone. Then I decided not to. So that plan flopped. And then when I woke up on Sunday, he checked in with me, see what I was up to. And I was a little embarrassed, to be honest. I had said all these things that I was planning on doing, but nothing ever came of it. And that was one of the reasons I was like, I gotta get the hell out today. Gotta get outside and make the most of this Sunday, because I'm right back to the grindstone tomorrow. And you know, it's easy to think about next week and all that. And I have to constantly remind myself when I do that, I'm not being present. I'm stuck in some kind of a illusion that hasn't actually happened yet. And you know, it's funny because you can really build these illusions. Whew, I'm gonna take a break here. Just up the way on those rocks. So these illusions are it's almost like they're real, even though in truth you might just be sitting there not actually doing anything at all, just thinking about, God, this is a beautiful spot. Sorry again, catch my breath. So yeah, this news, what a distraction. Can make you think a ton of different thoughts, and same with advertising. Sometimes I check in on the channel called Collecting Consciousness, I think it's called. And the guy's really smart. Has a lot of information about health and what's going on, and you know, in between the narrative that we're being force-fed. But he also has been lately selling vitamins and supplements, and he's talking about adaptogens. And I swear that word got stuck in my head. It was like, whoa, it's like I pissed off a squirrel or something. Wants me to get moving. Anyway, so something as simple as a word can stick to you, and your mind will remember it, especially if it's like an unfamiliar or uncommon word that you don't normally hear. And that'll totally take away from your peace. And it's a good reminder to focus on what it is you're trying to accomplish and block out some of the external sources of noise that are perpetually telling you some message that, you know, you're just like an innocent bystander and you get frickin' blown away by whatever message. and you didn't ask for it. And I guess that's why marketing and advertising is so effective, is that they're just like planting these images or these messages in your head. And same can be said with a lot of the popular music artists and their crazy videos. I don't even want to bring up the one I'm considering, because I don't want you to think about it. Just like I've been having that image stuck in my head of Lil Nas X and his gay prerogative and doing the weird stuff with the devil and all this different stuff. It's like, it's over the top, you know? Song of the year is like, you know, wet ass pussy and all this stuff. And, you know, I wonder if, like, you know, 10 years from now or 20 years from now, hopefully we're still alive and kicking, we'll look back at this time and think that was weird. What? What happened? You know, why was this celebrated? And what was the initiative behind this? And were we just objectifying women in a new way? And is this part of women's liberation? Or are women supposed to be revealing themselves to all of us, or talking about their sexuality in such a forward manner? You know, our men. I don't know. I don't feel that comfortable talking about my own self, so it's nothing about me trying to be sexist or tell someone else what to say or think or do, but I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit more traditional or conservative with my approach and with my thoughts, you know, or maybe not. Maybe I think I am, but I'm outspoken just as much as other people. Anyway, I want to make a point to start listening, hopefully to like information that I need to be hearing rather than just whatever has come across the airways. Because I think you can learn a lot from just observing what's going on around you, and then you know, using critical thinking skills to start to understand why a message might be getting put out there. You know, we have so much trouble in the world, as Bob Marley would say, and all these different stories and all these different theories and all the different news and all the crazy weather patterns and the floods and depopulation agendas and the bees dying and, you know, plants and animals and nature being turned on its head. It's really over the top. Do you know, what was it? Before we had phones, you would just like sit in a room, talk to another person, maybe you'd read a book, and that would be your evening, you know? Maybe you'd watch a show, or I don't know, something that didn't have a ton of subliminal messaging, or maybe it always has, I don't know, but we started inviting these external sources into our life. It's changed who we are fundamentally. We've stopped to celebrate our individuality, and we're much more comfortable and focused on consumers, you know, being a consumer and what can we get, you know, what do we have, and sizing up someone's value as quick as you possibly can. And it's unfortunate, you know. I think somewhere in the minutia we still have individual thoughts and opinions that need to be expressed. And I think sometimes you got to break away from all of all the special interests to really recognize it for what it is. It's just a distraction. It's taken away from your presence, taken away from your peace of mind, taken away from something you might get accomplished. Look at that, buddy. And what are you getting in return? You know, it's like we're giving up a lot of our personal power or our freedom or our sovereignty. And in return, we get these messages stuck in our head. I don't know. Something you might want to consider before you subscribe to some other person's beliefs who are trying to capitalize on you. How you doing?
Hey.
Oh. So that's it. I don't want to rant too much, and I don't want to be someone who sticks something in your head. Really what I want to stick in your head is your own thoughts and your own mind, and reminding you of how valuable that is. But at the same time, in moderation. Eckhart Tolle is one of my favorite teachers. And someone asked a great question of his about presence. Like, the question was essentially, you know, I try to do all the practices you teach me, and I try to focus on my breathing, to be present, and this, that, and the other, to recognize they're in control of their own powers or their own beliefs. And the more he does that, the more distracted he is by remembering to do that. And Eckhart Tolle made a really keen observation. He said, you know, people are addicted. People are addicted to drugs and alcohol, obviously, consumerism. But there's one addiction that tops them all, and that is obsessive thinking. We need to learn as a society to turn it off, shut it down, and take a break from our mind spinning us into a story, an illusion. And meanwhile, we're just sitting alone in our room, you know. But our mind's telling us, you got 5,000 friends. You're going to go do X, Y, Z. You got to do this, that, and the other. Do the plan. Stay on course. Stay on track. Take a break from that. It's exhausting. Ultimately, we're not doing anything either. It's just like action, not words. By the way, I'd probably be doing, this is cool. I'd probably be doing a lot better on this hike if I weren't talking. So with that said, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to try to participate in what's going on around me rather than what's going on inside my head. It's your boy, Stay Awake Chris, reminding you when you can, take a break. Celebrate where you're at. Might be a beautiful spot. If you're thinking about 25,000 other things, you might not be able to appreciate it. You know? You might completely miss something that you'll never see or hear or experience again. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Peace.